Sudan's humanitarian crisis worsens amid escalating conflict. The civil war in Sudan continues to plunge the country into one of its worst humanitarian crises in decades. Fighting between the Sudanese Armed Forces, SAF, and the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces, RSF, which began in April 2023, has devastated the nation, causing widespread displacement, famine, and violence. The situation is dire, with millions of people in urgent need of humanitarian aid. Starvation as a weapon of war reports indicate that starvation is being deliberately used as a tactic in the conflict. With agricultural production disrupted and food supplies blocked in many areas, millions face acute food insecurity. Aid organizations warn that famine conditions could escalate if access to relief supplies is not restored quickly. Global Issues Crisis Group: Widespread displacement and violence. The fighting has displaced more than 5 million people, forcing them to seek refuge both within Sudan and in neighboring countries like Chad and Egypt. Civilians caught in the crossfire face atrocities, including gender-based violence and attacks on homes and villages. Many are living in overcrowded and under-resourced camps, struggling to survive without adequate shelter, food, or medical care. Crisis Group Global Issues calls for international action. Global leaders and humanitarian agencies are urging both sides of the conflict to agree to a ceasefire and allow aid to reach affected regions. The United Nations has called for an immediate halt to violence and increased funding to support relief efforts. However, ongoing hostilities and lack of political will from the warring factions have made peace elusive global issues. Outlook: as the war drags on, the outlook for Sudan remains grim. Without significant international intervention and a commitment to peace, the situation is likely to worsen, leading to further suffering for millions of civilians. This crisis highlights the urgent need for both short-term relief and long-term strategies to address the root causes of conflict in Sudan.